Transport and Safety Authority launched a fresh training for all drivers in a 3-month exercise across all parts of the country. The first phase of the training targets about 11,000 long-distance night drivers before it's extended to the rest of the public service vehicle drivers. Now, the exercise is in line with the new driving curriculum, which is currently being offered in 12 government institutions, such as Kabete Technical Training Institute. Those who will be trained will get a certificate paving way for a smart driving license, which will not be given to those who have not undergone the refresher courses. Now, a driver will be required to part with 3,000 shillings for the 3 days training. Now, just to tell us more on this refresher course being extended to public service drivers, once again, I'm together with the Director General of the NTSA, Francis Major. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. How
Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Good. How are you?
Thank you very much.
Yes. Let's talk about the content of these refresher courses. First of all, what is it all about?
I think we need to put this into context. And I know, and everyone, we know what happened in the country towards the last few months of 2017.
Yes.
We saw an upsurge in accidents. And once we looked at these accidents in details, majority of these accidents, that 90% actually of those accidents were attributable to human error. Majority, again, of those people who were involved were either passengers who are in PSV, public service vehicles. And therefore, we looked at it and said, with this data that we have, something must be done. And one of the things that we are doing now is a refresher course, because the root cause of majority of these accidents is behavioral issues.
By the drivers.
By the drivers.
Yes.
And the behavior of the driver, the decision they choose to take,
yes,
one way or another, led to the accidents that we saw.
And then you've placed priority to training night drivers. Why is that the case?
Yeah, the reason, again, if you look at the hours of darkness, over 75% of the accidents occur during the hours of darkness. That is at night. And therefore, and for us to begin with the high-risk class, where is the risk highest? And that is where the risk is highest. And therefore, we began with the drivers who operate night travel vehicles. Then phase 2 will now go to the rest of the PSVs, and obviously also these heavy commercial truck drivers. Then I think we'll be able to have cleared with them.
Yes, and from your statement, you're targeting about 11,000 drivers. So what makes you sure that all these drivers are going to turn up for the training? And if they fail to turn up for the training, perhaps what are some of the penalties, or what do you have in mind as NTSA?
What we've done, we have a very elaborate program,
yes,
that is working towards the delivery of this objective. And as we speak right now, this week alone, we have over 800 students or drivers who are in training in various institutions.
Yeah.
We have also had discussions with the various PSV operators who do night travel. And we've agreed that we know that you have this number of vehicles because we license them. Each driver, for you to continue operating a night service, we must see who is the driver who will be driving your vehicle. And we have created a database that every driver who will undergo this training will be booked in this database, and the public will be free to access it, and especially the PSV operators themselves, to check that their drivers went through this training. And
so you're working hand in hand with the companies?
We are working very hand in hand, and even before we did that, we had a meeting to see this is what we are doing, and so far we are very happy with the support that we are receiving from them, the encouragement. It is very encouraging to see them bringing forward to their drivers, and they also appreciate, because, for instance, if you are employing a reckless driver, what is the value of that vehicle in addition to their lives that is carrying? And therefore, even for them, they see the benefits, and that is, at least that is what we are saying. We are encouraged by that. However, we still have a few companies that are reluctant, because we have demanded that instead of waiting up to 3 months, then there is a rush. We want a schedule in advance. You are supposed to have, let's say, 1,000 drivers. Can you give us a schedule of when each of your drivers is going? So we have, majority of them, 90% have already given that schedule. We have a few companies who are yet to submit to that, and we are in discussion with them that if they don't actually submit the schedule in the next 1 week or so, we will deny them the access to our system to renew their licenses, so that they can take this exercise as seriously as it should be. So
how long will the training take, perhaps?
We hope the first phase in the first 3 months will be able to finish. Then we now go to the next category of the PSC drivers. You will also realize that currently we are using about 12 institutions. We want to scale up, because as we go to the next level, many more people will be trained. And we want to scale up so that then the need for training or the facilities that are available for training can be expanded.
And this is in line with the new driving curriculum?
Yes, we actually, if you look at what we are training at the moment, it is not necessarily, we are actually focusing on the soft issues, behavior, the attitude of the driver. They could be having very good driving skills, but the attitude is wrong. So the focus for us is actually to show them that there's a problem, and some of the issues that are contributing to the problem that we are seeing on the road are the following, so that they are aware and they internalize.
So for now, you're targeting public service vehicles.
Yes.
Those are the PSVs. But there are those who might say, even private car owners also contribute to these accidents. The motorcycle guys who also cause a lot of accident. Are you going to target them as well?
Yes, it is a journey. We've begun with this class because of the sheer number of people who are involved in a single vehicle. If you are carrying 50 people, the risk is different with a motorcycle rider who is carrying one person. So the risk is higher. So we want to begin from there, coming down. Eventually, we want to see all drivers retrained and retested, including the boda boda. And for the boda boda is actually a unique case because majority of them do not even have licenses. We have regulations that we have developed to address each sector of boda boda. One of the requirements is, and you will agree with me, majority of the riders actually do not even own the motorcyclist, the motorbike itself. These motorbikes are owned by people working in offices like you and me. We have placed a responsibility to them to ensure that whoever they give this rider has a valid driving license. That is not happening. And shortly you will see. We will start now following up and say, who is a registered person? Why did you allow somebody who is not licensed to ride? So that there is a responsibility across board. The rider also themselves, there is a responsibility apportioned to them. Even the people who are being carried. You must agree that if I have to ride on a motorcycle, that I have to protect the right, to use the right safety gear. I should wear a helmet and a reflector jacket.
Apart from training these drivers, another issue that needs to be addressed, of course, is drunk driving.
Yes.
You've already said 67% of accidents happen because of human error. Most of these drivers are drunk. So in these refresher courses, alcohol, I believe alcohol has been suspended.
No, it has not been suspended.
It's still there.
It's still there.
It's still there. It's only that it's not under NTSA.
Yes.
So do you think in the refresher courses, are you going to address such issues as drunk driving?
We are going to address some of those issues, not just even drink driving, because we will say what is the impact of alcohol on your judgment? How does it impair your judgment? And we will be able to show them that it impairs your judgment, and you should not drink and drive. More importantly also, we are actually also making it one of the requirements as you go to register yourself for this refresher course that you must have undergone a medical examination. For instance, eyesight, hearing. Some of these drivers are not even aware they have those conditions.
And this informs a very interesting question. We always wait for people to get to the age of 18 for them to get a driving license, right? Do we have overage drivers? Because there are people who are 90, 80 plus years and they're still driving.
Yes, that is something that we are addressing. That as you get older, obviously your health becomes compromised naturally. Like any other issue, you start having medical complications. But we think by maybe the time you are 70, the strength varies from one person to another. So they'll need for you to go for a medical examination to determine your suitability to continue driving.
One final question, Mr. Director General.
Yes.
This training will come at a cost, at a fee. How much is it? How long is it going to take? Yes, those are some of the issues.
Yes, I think those are some of the issues that we have seen. And I want to clarify and say, we as NTSA are not receiving even a coin. The payment is being done directly to the institutions that are offering this training.
Yes.
So we are not using this as an opportunity to raise revenue for NTSA. Absolutely not. We have also negotiated with them. And from what you are saying that the reports that we are having is 3,000 per day, what I know is 1,000 during the 3 days refresher days.
So it's 1,000 shillings for the whole course.
But if you have any other institution that will be pre-qualified and they are willing to pay less, it's up to the institutions. We are not involved in that.
How much is NTSA charging, perhaps? The money, of course, you've said it's going to the institution.
We are not charging anything ourselves. For us, we are saying that we identify the institutions which have the capacity to deliver on the syllabus that we are going to give, and the institutions are the ones charging for that fee. No single cent is coming to NTSA.
Okay, thanks a lot for that clarification.
Yes.